A while ago, I watched a video with Dr. Thomas Cowan on it. He talked about a book by Arthur Firstenberg called The Invisible Rainbow, which is about the history of electricity in life. Now, it makes a pretty compelling, I wouldn't say argument, because it's facts. The facts are all there, and they're pretty compelling to show that there is no such thing as a virus, but there is such a thing as electromagnetic and electrical influence on the health of the body, which is an electrical organism in itself. And I've just finished the book. This is the book, The Invisible Rainbow, A History of Electricity in Life, Arthur Firstenberg. I just finished this book, and it blew my mind completely. It's probably the most important book that I've read for in living memory. This would be the most important book that I've read. Arthur Firstenberg's The Invisible Rainbow. Yes, it's written by someone who's electrosensitive, so therefore there is a degree of attitude towards electricity that comes with the territory. But what you will see by reading that book, in the facts, in the details, the footnotes, almost 200 pages of footnotes of research papers, of studies of electricity and the thresholds of health, how they are affected by electricity, how they're affected by microwaves, gamma rays, X-rays, radio waves, how life, forests, animal life, insects, amphibians, whales, dolphins, all life on the planet has been affected by electricity. And I mean electricity in a way that it's been rediscovered and used in our society today. What we call dirty electricity, radio waves, every single methodology and machination, every single discovery in regards to our technological advancements have been anything but. If you read that book, you will see that, and I'm not going to get into this until later in this video, but you will see that the detrimental effects of the use of electricity on the body, on our environment, on all life on this planet has been a millionfold since the 1840s, when telegraph wires and telegraph became a thing globally, basically in the West, really, North America and Europe. So what we have seen due to the nature of these technological advancements is an explosion of diseases, diseases that did not hardly even exist before the 1840s, all over the world. And you can correlate the great pandemics with the use and the advancements of technological advancements with electricity, radio waves, satellites, microwave radiation from cell phone communications industries. And you will see by reading this book as well, well, something I've known for a long time anyway, that the telecommunications industry just completely ignores and sweeps under the carpet anything at all that shows that the dangers of the technologies that they are using. Basically, since 1840, we have been the men and women have been guinea pigs for this use of this technology, and the devastation on health, on human health, on the health of men and women. And our civilization has been unbelievable. Hundreds of millions of people have suffered, even billions have suffered due to the nature of the technological advancements, let alone the deaths. The real pandemics that have been happening since 1840 have all got to do with electricity and its use, and radio waves, radio waves, microwaves. The use of dirty electricity is responsible for so many health issues, unseen health issues, or health issues seen and unseen, And they are all often swept under the carpet by the medical establishment because they just don't want to look at the facts. It becomes quite clear when you read that book. There's no applicable responsibility by telecommunications companies. They just want to sweep it all under the rug because they're making a fortune. But what they're also doing is destroying the environment, destroying all life on the planet, and killing men and women in their millions due to the nature of the use of this technological advancement. And it's not advancement, it's a degradation. If you look at it, there is another way. There are other forms of energy that we could be using that weren't electricity, that did not interfere with the body's own electrical systems, our body's own electrical systems, or the electrical navigation systems, or the electrical systems of all life on this planet. Now, I knew years ago, after following David Icke, that we are living under the wrath, I mean the parasitic class that controls our planet, is a death cult. It's a death cult. And they are inverting life. They are literally in their entire machinations through all of society, at least in the West and some of the East as well. But the idea of total control is a death cult wanting to annihilate all life on this planet, but do it slowly, methodically, and make the suffering unbelievable for all forms of life as it is extinguished, in order to feed what and who. Because the energetic exchange of the suffering that is caused by electricity alone, let alone radio waves historically, microwaves historically, satellites historically, or Wi-Fi, you could go on and on and on about all of this. When you read into all the research and you see through that book, when you read that book and you see the footnoted evidence of all the research papers and the horrors, and I mean the horrors, of people who conduct lab tests on animals, it blows my mind. But the real lab tests are men and women who are in this electromagnetic soup since 1840, and we are the ones that have paid the price for the utilization of this technology when we could have used ether many, many centuries ago. Ether was the form of energy, clean, pollution-free, harmless to the environment, to people, to all life. Ether was an element. Ether was the fifth element. Ether could have been used to power everything for free, pollution-free, not detrimental to the environment or to anyone or anything. But the death cult harnessed electricity, and in their machinations, in their process, in their technological advancements, have created, for a lot of people who are electrosensitive, and for everyone else who through attrition is being slowly killed, a soft kill. I say that with all seriousness. Every man and woman on this planet is being killed, is being slowly murdered by the use of electricity. And that might sound absolutely ridiculous, but so many of the elements people have today in the modern world, if you read this book and look at the research in this book, it's undeniable. There are so many papers, so many amazing researchers that Arthur Firstenberg has quoted, who've done the research for decades, who have done the research with forests, with amphibians, insects, birds, homing pigeons, bats, whales, dolphins, men and women, animals all over the world, trees, forests, plants. All the evidence is here to show you just what electricity and our technological advancements are doing to our life on this planet. This is a bigger threat than anything on this planet at this time. Electricity, the way that we are using it. Microwaves, the way that we are using them. Radio waves, the way that we are using them. All modern advancements to do with electricity need to go. They all, in my perspective, they all need to go. tomorrow, gone forever, confined to the annals of history and confined to museums. There are other ways, there are other means that we can get energy. Pollution-free, abundant, free energy all around us. But here's the thing. The death cult, the parasitic death cult that controls our society, does not want us to advance in a way that gives them no control over every aspect of our lives. With electricity, for most people on the planet, our entire lives are easy to control. How are you going to freeze your food? How are you going to cook your food? How are you going to light your home? How are you going to heat your home? Just to name a few things. In the technological advancements, how are you going to use the internet? How am I going to upload this video to the internet? You know what I mean? They have controlled us in every aspect of our lives through the use of this technological advancement, which is anything but an advancement if you read that book and have an open mind when you read it. And then when you read it, go back to the back of the book, look through the footnotes. On almost 200 pages of footnotes at the back of this book of all the research papers Arthur Firstenberg has quoted, and all he has quoted in this book, and he's footnoted every single one of them. This is probably the most important book, like I said before at the beginning of this video, I've read in decades, if not in my life. Once you read it, you cannot not see what this death cult is doing. This death cult is killing all life on this planet. Everything with the use of electricity in the form that we use it today in our civilization. And it has to stop, and it has to go. And at some point, I do feel in my heart, as we move into an age of transition, and not only that, at some point in the next 7 years, if we go into the Tauronian asteroid field, and a big asteroid smacks into us, well then it's over anyway. All our use of electricity is gone, and we are back in a pre-industrial civilization. And then from there, please let it be so. Please let it be so. We move back into a place of using harmony with the environment, using energy sources that are harmonious with the environment, are pollution-free, abundant, and therefore do not harm any form of life on this planet. And the death cult that currently runs the global society, the parasitic cult that has bitched us up to all this technological advancements, please let them be somewhere else, or please let them no longer have any power over us, so we're not using electricity the way we are today, destroying all life on this planet. Slowly, softly, a loosh, but for who is the big question. Thanks for watching, I truly appreciate it. Mā te ua. I'll see you again soon.